Why do companies interview external applicants if they're only just going to hire their internal applicants? Why are they wasting all of our time? I get this question all the time. First of all, you are assuming a lot. I would never say that an organization knows who they're going to hire. Truly, really. And I think that if they have front runners or if they have internal applicants, it is most likely the case that those people have a leg up because they have internal knowledge. Absolutely. Why are they wasting external applicants' time? Well, put yourself in their shoes. If you owned a company and you knew the current landscape of the talent in your organization, wouldn't you also want to open it up to external applicants to see what else is out there? That's what they're doing. They're just making sure that they're opening this opportunity up to everyone. If they didn't, you would complain that they didn't open up opportunities. So here's the thing that's really irritating you. If you went up against internal applicants and didn't get the job, maybe it's because you're upset that you didn't stack up against that competition, that internal applicant won out the position because you couldn't compete with them. That's the real issue here. Organizations are doing the right thing by interviewing everyone, internal and external. If they didn't, we'd be all really mad that they didn't do that. They're doing the right thing and preferring, hopefully, the right person that has the right skill set is the right thing. Perhaps you just weren't the right person for the job. The one thing people don't understand about job interviews is that being charming doesn't work for everyone. Let's get into it. My name's Anna Papalia, and I'm the author of the book Interviewology, The New Science of Interviewing. I discovered interview styles. Did you know that you interview as either a charmer, challenger, examiner, or harmonizer? And why does that matter? Because some people, some interview styles are more charming than others. Charmers, for example, prioritize making a connection and being liked. They're very good storytellers. However, examiners and challengers are not great at being charming in job interviews. That's okay, because not everyone prefers or prioritizes someone that's charming in job interviews. This is just some myth that our society has created that you have to be extroverted and bubbly and fun in a job interview. That's not true, because there are just as many examiners and challengers interviewing you. And let me tell you one thing, challengers are skeptical of charm. They don't like it. So if you're going in just relying on the fact that you're charming, you might not do well, because that charmer is going to be put off by your storytelling and your compliments and your funny stories and your winking. If you are charming, and I'm a charmer in job interviews, you have to work on relying on other things. You have to work on talking about your technical skills and talk about work. You can't just rely on the force of your personality to get someone to like you. And if, for example, you are an examiner and challenger and you know that this is something that holds you back because you have a really hard time opening up and it's difficult for you to talk about things other than work, you have to work on that. That's why it's really important for you to understand your interview style, because everyone, job seekers and hiring managers, interviews as charmers, challengers, examiners, or harmonizers. And you may be interviewing with another charmer and it goes really well. It feels like you're speaking the same language. But what if you get into an interview with a harmonizer or an examiner or a challenger and they have different priorities? Challengers, for example, want to feel respected and heard. Examiners look at an interview like a test that they're going to pass or fail. A harmonizer looks like at a job interview like a tryout for a team that they want to join. To discover your interview style, take our scientifically valid interview style assessment, and you'll receive a 40-page customized workbook that outlines everything that you're doing right and wrong, the impression that you're truly making in an interview. And then if you're really interested in all 4 interview styles, you can get my book, Interviewology, The New Science of Interviewing, which outlines every interview style with strengths and overused strengths and coaching sections. When you're in a job interview and the person interviewing you has a poker face, they are not letting on. You have no idea if they love you or they hate you. What do you do? My name's Anna Papalia, and I've taught over 10,000 people how to interview better, and I wrote the book Interviewology, The New Science of Interviewing. Here's the thing. It is important for you to not get rattled. Number one, this person could be just very bad at interviewing, which is most likely the case because 90% of people are never trained to interview. interview. Number two, they could be having a bad day, or more likely, they could be testing you. Perhaps they're going to the interview giving you very little to see if you are going to step it up. They're putting the cognitive load on the person they're interviewing, and that's their job. Their job isn't to entertain you or to help you in the interview process. Their job is to test you. Did you know that according to the EEOC, an interview, a job interview, is a test and should be conducted like a test? So if you are highly accommodating and you go into interviews wanting to adjust your answers depending on who you're interviewing with, this could really backfire if you're interviewing with someone who has a poker face. I hope that helps. For more tips on how to interview better, to discover your interview style, get an Interviewology profile, follow me, and good luck in your upcoming interviews. Here are some signs that you are not ready to go out on a job interview. Wait, no, there are no signs. In fact, interviewing is the thing that's going to get you ready. Even if you don't prepare and you bomb the interview and you fall flat on your face, you're going to learn from that experience. Stop thinking that you're not ready. Stop thinking that you can't do it. Just do it scared. Feeling motivated to interview all the time is not a thing. It's a draining process that sometimes you need breaks from. Sometimes the best thing that you can do for your job search is to take a break. Take a break from applying to all those positions, updating your resume, practicing for interviews. Take a break from thinking about your next opportunity. If you don't stop every once in a while, you're going to get burnt out before you even get an interview or a new job, because the process of looking for a new job takes a long time. It takes the average job seeker 6 to 9 months to find a position. And it's a lot of work. And you are not expected to do all of this work full time, all the time, even if you're unemployed. It'll make you crazy. So do something that recharges you. Take a yoga class, or maybe even a professional development class to brush up on some of your skills that will benefit you in your new position. Or perhaps in your job search, you've realized that you don't have great Excel skills. Take a free YouTube tutorial on how to better use Excel. All of these are great things to do while you're taking a break from your job search, but they'll also benefit your job search as well. Taking a break from your job search will give you a fresh perspective. And that fresh perspective will make sure that you are in alignment with what you want, so you're not just desperate and taking anything. The most important part of a job search is figuring out what you want, so when the opportunities come around, you'll know what you're saying yes to, and that you won't be responding to things out of desperation. Remember, you want to find the right job, not just any job. For more tips on interviewing better, follow me.